Hi, it's Mark Tracy here. Today I'm going to show you my plasma workstation and how I drink my plasma, and it's also, I'm going to show off this natural action water structuring device. It's going to add some physical structure to the water, kind of like it's going to mimic a mountain stream. So it's going to give our water, our distilled or our bottled water here, the structure of a mountain stream. That's what it does. You pour the water through the middle, and it comes out. You pour it in this end, and it comes out the other end. And we're going to do it here today. But let me just finish up here on my plasma workstation. I like to call this place here in my kitchen. And I use the Baja Gold sea salt. Love this stuff. I like the 25-pound bag. It's the best value out there. And then I scoop it out. There's my scooper. This is 1 cup basically, and I scoop the salt out and pour it into this little bag. It's easier to manage the smaller bag, and this big 25-pound bag looks like I'm almost halfway through it. I go through about one of those a year. I think it took me a year last time to go through that bag. I'm on my second one, and I've been at this 3 years, but I didn't get the big bag that first year. So yeah, we're going to talk this water structure. Our water is where we can do it with our thoughts, which is what I used to do till I discovered this device, and now I do it physically and mentally before I add the salts. So yeah, I usually use the distiller and do it. This is like a gallon. This is a gallon. Sometimes I just go straight from the plastic to the cup. Which is what this is here. I didn't distill this particular glass here. It's a little bit less than 16 ounces. We got about 15 ounces in there, maybe between 15 and 16 ounces. The whole glass is 16, but I don't like to go to the top because I got to add the salt. And then I like to have the spoon here to dissolve it. You'll see here in a minute. We're going to revitalize kind of this dead water, distilled or plastic bottle water into its natural state, basically, is the idea. And you can feel the difference. And it also ionizes and it revitalizes that water. So like I said earlier, it's going to turn it into like mountain stream water. That's what we're going to do here. So I need some plasma. I try to drink I used to drink 5 or 6 of these every day. I don't quite drink that many now. Most days, a little bit less, but that's the idea. That's the goal, especially when you're flushing. You want to go like 6 of these, 3 liters, 3 quarts. It's kind of close to the same thing. And watch, we're going to do it right here. Hang on. Takes me just a minute to get set up. Bear with me here. We're going to make some plasma. Mark Tracy style. All right. Using our natural action device, gonna pour from one glass to the other. They say in the literature, 1 time through the device does 90% of the work, but you can do it up to 6 times, it says. As I'm pouring it, I'm adding my thoughts to the water. This water is going to heal me. It's going to hydrate my cells. I'm going to clean all those toxins out. Two, 3 times is what I typically like to do. Sometimes I'll just do 1 if I'm feeling lazy. And you can kind of see the bubbles that it adds. There weren't too many bubbles in there before. And you can feel the difference. So it tastes different and it feels different. And now I'm going to add about 9 grams to this. Darko says 9 grams per liter. So I guess if I add 9 grams, that's going to be more like 18 grams a liter, because this is only half a liter or half a quart. So 9 is pretty heavy if I do 9 right now. And sometimes I do, so I guess maybe I do put a lot of salt on the days I'm flushing. This isn't quite 9 grams, a little bit less, but maybe this is going to be like 12 to 15 grams a liter. I used to have a food scale, but I need to get a new one because my last one stopped working. And I like to get this salt, sea salt, Baja Gold sea salt, nice and dissolved up after the water has been structured. And I'm still structuring it even as I'm stirring it and dissolving the salt. I'm giving it loving and healing thoughts. You know, I love water. It's great. I love you, water. Thank you for healing me and hydrating my cells. Hopefully I give something back to the water. I think the water has intelligence too. That's another discussion. And I need to drink some plasma, maybe a little extra today, because I actually need to get my blood clean. It's a long story, but I'm still working on getting healed. I've been at the SHP for 3 years. Darko Velchik's SHP. He's the one that turned me on to this whole plasma thing, how we need to add sea salt to our water. And here we go. I usually drink one of those in the morning and then wait an hour. Because some days, all it takes is one of these, half a quart, half a liter, to get a flush going. Sometimes it takes 2, sometimes it takes 3, but usually 2 will do it these days. When I first started the SHP 3 years ago, it would take 5 or 6 of these. A lot of days. Sometimes I could do it 3 or 4, but usually 4 or 5, like between 3 and 6. Like 2 would be a liter. So, you know, 1.5 liters to 2 liters usually does the trick when I was first doing the SHP. Some days I would have to do the full 3 liters, but not that often to get the flush going, the diarrhea, or if I'm doing a heavy flush, I'll go all the way to diarrhea. If I'm doing kind of the SHP light, I like to call it, I just try to get a, semi-diarrhea, not quite diarrhea. There's a fine line there between a solid and a diarrhea poop. So some days I've learned, if I just do 1, it'll be light diarrhea. If I do 2, it'll be heavy diarrhea. Typically, that's how it goes for me. But it used to take a lot more. 3 years later, it doesn't take as much as it did back 3 years ago. It took a lot more salt water. I was really dehydrated 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. I've made some good progress. I still got some progress to do, but hey, it's improved my life greatly. I can't recommend the SHP enough. Thank God we got Darko Velchik out here spreading the truth for the SHP. And anyway, this was how I do the plasma. Hope you're all having a good day. Peace.